Hi, I'm Maggie Lukowski from Maggie Moon Tarot, and today I wanted to give you a peek into the new deck. It's the Queen Alice Tarot by Dame Darcy. And Dame Darcy created the Mermaid Tarot, and she has a new golden edition available also. And since the moon is in Aquarius today and most of tomorrow, I thought, Aquarius is about doing new things. So I thought, why not look at this new deck and give you a peek? And there is a quote from Alice in Wonderland, and I'll read it to you, that describes this deck and this Aquarius new moon. The Queen said to Alice, "Why, sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." And the moon gives us that superpower, or the Aquarius moon, so to speak. And so let's take a look at this gorgeous deck. And I've had it for about a month, and I've been reading with it with my clients and client sessions. And it reads beautifully. It's somewhat traditional to the Rider-Waite, but it has its own nuances. And it really speaks to, for me, for my inner child. So let's take a look at a few of the cards. Oh, and with the deck, she sent a few little art drawings that came with it. And then this beautiful pin I got. And this is the Lovers. So I'm going to go through a few of the cards so you can kind of get a feel for the deck. And I've made a few notes, too, that I'm going to look at. And so the first one, I'll go through the major arcana. So you can see well with the lighting, the Fool. And this is a wonderful card. And whenever we look at the Fool reversed, I like to do reversals in my readings also. I do upright and reversed. And what Dame Darcy had with the Fool reversed in her notes, and she sent you a PDF to use along with the cards, is the Fool reversed. "But I don't want to go among mad people," Alice said. "Oh, you can't help that," said the cat. "We're all mad here." "I'm mad, you're mad." "How do you know I'm mad?" said Alice. "You must be," the cat said, "or you wouldn't have come here." So sometimes when the Fool is reversed, we might feel a bit out of sorts, maybe foolish, or we've done something a little risky. So I thought that was a perfect quote that she included for the Fool. And then the next card is the Magician. And you see the Cheshire Cat, the High Priestess, a beautiful Empress. We've got the Emperor, and then the Hierophant. And then the Lovers. And in the Lovers card, the butterfly transformation is replacing the angel, or in place of the angel. This is a very romantic Lovers card too. And this was that came on the pin, the pin that she sent. And then there's the Chariot. And then the Strength card. And I wanted to show you the difference in the Rider-Waite and in Dame Darcy's deck. And so let me see if you can see. Yeah. So in the Rider-Waite, let me switch them up here. In the Rider-Waite, it's kind of opposite of what I can see on camera. You see the Strength card, and she has the infinity or lemoness symbol above her head. And because she is the feminine magician, because the magician has the same symbol above his head. Now, it does not have that here in the Strength card. But what I found interesting in this card and in Dame Darcy's PDF and what she said about this card, the Strength reversed, and this is one of my birth cards. So always when I look at someone's deck, a new deck, I look for my 2 birth cards, which are Strength and the Star. And so in the Strength card, if it's reversed, because when we have the strength, when we have that quiet inner strength, and be able to accept all the wildness in ourselves, all the different parts of ourselves. But when it's reversed, maybe we may not feel as confident or have as much strength. And Dame Darcy said when it's reversed, her take was, she used the quote from Alice, "You're not the same as you were before," he said. "You are much more muchier. You've lost your muchness." And I thought that was an interesting one for this card reversed. She's picked some great quotes for the cards. And then the next card is the Hermit. The next card is the Wheel of Fortune. The next card is Justice. And the Hanged Man, or the Hanged One. And she's got her devil in her card, like in the traditional. And then the Temperance card. The Devil. Sometimes when we get the Devil card, it can be attachments to things, but it also can be, when we get to a new level, there's a new devil. So it's kind of looking at, our challenges, looking at what we're attached to move on. The Tower, it's a beautiful representation of a Tower card. And then one of my favorites, the Star. That's a very healing card. Her Moon card. And then one of the brightest cards in the deck, the Sun. Judgment. And then the World. And then I wanted to show you the aces, because I also will go through and look at aces when I get new decks too, because I want to see how they're represented. And it was interesting because a lot of time when you buy, when you get a deck, you go through, look at the cards that speak to you. And in the Mermaid Tarot for Dame Darcy, and by the way, you can get Dame Darcy's, you can see her decks or purchase her decks on damedarcy.com or her Etsy site, Dame Darcy. And in the Mermaid Tarot, she actually had 2 Ace of Cups. So in a reading with a client, if those 2 showed up, there was some extra blessing, something extra coming along. So I like that there was, it was maybe a mistake that there were 2 aces, but it is really, it's really been beautiful for me. So here is her Ace of Cups. And she has a flamingo dropping something into the cup. The Ace of Wands. And then her Ace of Swords. And then the Ace of Pentacles. That's an interesting look. And what I like about traditional but yet non-traditional decks, especially Dame Darcy has put a lot of meaning into some of the imagery that we see in the cards. So I really like that. And then I wanted to show you a few other cards that were my favorites, some of my favorites. And this is the Six of Wands. So you see the horse moving forward, and all the wands have beautiful roses on the top. And then the Four of Cups. That's a very lovely card there. And the Six of Swords. And this is very different representation, although it has some of the same traditional meanings. You see the knitting sheep there, along with Alice. And this is a beautiful Queen of Cups. And then the Page of Pentacles. She's sitting with her cat, and she's got her pentacle. Oops, let me move it over here. And she's really looking into that. And pages are, they're great, they're, learning new things, but it's also a signal that a change is coming. And she's really looking and focusing on this pentacle, on what she wants to manifest, is what I see in this card. And then the Queen of Wands. And then the Four of Cups. Especially like this. It's really you know, there's contemplation there, and there's cups floating in the air as we see traditionally. You know, it's a card of maybe not seeing what's available or just going in for a little bit. And then there's kind of up at the top on the other side, you see kind of a window into things. The Eight of Wands has roses at the end. And here's Dame Darcy's Page of Cups. It says, drink me on that. So, and then the last one I wanted to show you was the Queen of Pentacles. And this is really a beautiful card, very lush, very much like the traditional, but she has a lot of different symbols in here. And when I've read with this deck, something has popped out for me or the client. And we've gone off, although they've had a question that we've been able to answer, or been able to, I wouldn't maybe say answer, but also have them, because I work interactively with clients, so they participate, so they're able to make their choice or make, see differently, see something they haven't seen. And so sometimes in a card or a symbol, it kind of takes you off to maybe something underlying, a secondary message that comes through. And I find this deck is very great, you know, very, very good for that. So I hope you've enjoyed a peek into Dame Darcy's deck. And again, you can get her deck on Etsy, Dame Darcy, or go to damedarcy.com. And you can read about her other work. She has artwork. She has a mermaid tarot, as I mentioned. And so until we meet again, I want you to make a wish, and I'll blow out the candles. So you've made your wish. I'll blow out the candles, and then I'll send wishes and prayers up to the heavens. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be well.